Dark Souls 1 is one of my favorite games, alongside of Cuphead, so don't get mad at me. But Dark Souls is a game that I've just found myself going back to so many times, and I've always wanted to do a challenge run on Dark Souls. So today, that's what I will be doing. I will see, can I beat Dark Souls 1 with miracles only? Real quick, let's just go through the rules. I can only deal damage using miracles. I have to beat every boss in the game, and of course, no glitches or exploits. So, with that out of the way, let's begin. I give my character an appropriate name, choose the cleric class, as it has the highest starting faith stat, and it starts with a talisman. I pick the master key as my gift, and all of a sudden, I'm in a cell. I don't start the game with any offensive miracles, so I'm just gonna have to clear the asylum with just my regular weapon. I talk to Oscar for my Estus flask, and then I pick up my talisman that we'll use for the entire run. Not that it's like a good talisman or the best talisman, I was just too lazy to go get another one. Once I defeat the asylum demon, I take the bus over to Lordran, where I throw myself off into the abyss so I can lose any unearned souls. Okay, now it's time for the challenge to really begin. I run around collecting all of the souls I can, and take the backdoor route through the Dark Root Basin and eventually to the Undead Parish. From here, I pick up the key, shut the gate, reopen the gate, and then go underneath this bridge, kick down the ladder, and now we have full access to unlimited soul farming. I farmed this Drake Bridge for a little bit just to obtain enough souls to get myself up to Faith 25, and I'm sure lots of you who have played Dark Souls know what I'm doing, but with the 25 Faith stat, I can now join the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant, which gives me access to my first offensive miracle of the run, Lightning Spear. I love Lightning Spear. It has good range, high damage, and its only drawback, it has a little bit of a slow cast time. But hey, no better way to test out a new weapon than to try it on our first boss of the run, the Bell Gargoyles. The Bell Gargoyles have a way better range than I remembered, so I did end up getting hit a few times while trying to cast, but we do still get the win on the first try. We ring our first bell and then head into the basement next, which just happens to be one of my favorite areas of the game. I hate myself. With my hate for this area put aside, we run through and go fight the Capra Demon. I hate this boss. All of the difficulty from this boss comes from the two dogs that are in the arena, and it's normally not that bad when I have a quick weapon that can just take care of them real easy. But when I have the slow casting Lightning Spear, you can see how it gets more difficult. Once I eventually get rid of the dogs, multiple attempts later, the boss becomes easy, and Lightning Spear does insane work against the boss. With him defeated, we get the key to the depths and head in. Not before dying to these stupid thieves first. Oh my god, this area sucks. Once we are in the depths, we promptly get lost and die multiple times, losing all of our souls that we got from the Capra Demon. Being down here just reminds me why I never fight the Capra Demon and Gaping Dragon when I do a regular playthrough. I eventually gave up on going into the depths because for some reason I could not find the bonfire, and I refused to look up a tutorial. I still have my pride. I head back to Firelink Shrine to kill Lothric and get the Fap Ring, which I wear for the rest of the run. I then take the shortcut into Blighttown to go fight Chaos Witch Quelaag. This boss gave me way more trouble than I expected. I knew that I had the damage to take her out, but I could not afford to miss a single Lightning Spear. After a very close attempt, which we do mess up, we end up taking her down on the very next one. With the second Bell of Awakening rung, we can finally head into Sen's Fortress. And honestly, this area wasn't that bad to run through this time. Yes, Sen's normally sucks. It's a difficult area with lots of traps. But today, it wasn't too bad. I even got to take a moment to talk to this amazing NPC and then head up to the Iron Golem. I expected the Iron Golem to be the point in the game where I finally have to go level up. Either get a better talisman, get more miracles, or just level up my faith stat more. But the Golem must have a weakness to lightning or something, because I dealt more damage than I ever expected to deal against this guy. I really thought this would be when Lightning Spear falls off. But sadly, defeating the Iron Golem marks off the last easy boss of this run. Instead of heading into Anor Londo, I figured it's time I finally go get an upgrade. And no, it's not Power Within or the Red Tear Stone Ring or even a better talisman, because I'm not boring. Those are basic, and I like to be different. Instead, I take the amazing plunge into another terrible area of the game, the Catacombs. The Catacombs actually isn't that bad. It's the Tomb of the Giants that sucks. But in order to get to the Tomb of the Giants, we have to kill Pinwheel first. Now this boss is insane. It's super powerful for this point of the game. Most people actually leave him as one of their last bosses, that he's already dead, isn't he? Yeah, okay, it's Pinwheel. What do you expect? Never mind then. With Pinwheel dead, we can now enter the Tomb of the Giants. Anyway, let's take this moment to tell you, the viewer, to please like and subscribe. These videos take a really long time to make, and you know, it would be really nice if you just went down below and even just checked if you were subscribed. And while you're down there, maybe you like the video, leave a comment, send it to a friend. Anyways, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Now back to the regularly scheduled program. I said, now we can enter the Tomb of the Giants. Welcome to Eternal Darkness, where we have to slowly inch our way through this area because we can't see shit. Oh, and yeah, there's also loads of skeletons trying to kill me at every move. We make it to this very nice NPC who tells me that there is something precious over that cliff. Is that I want it to be down here because I now have the skull lantern, which allows me to see. Okay, look, it's better than nothing. We find Rhea, an NPC who sells miracles, but we can't buy anything from her yet, as her 2 bodyguards have gone hollow, and she would like us to take care of them. After narrowly defeating her bodyguards, we talk to her again and she tells us that she's now going to move to a different area. All that we have to do is just climb out of the catacombs and then go talk to her again. This took 45 minutes. 45 minutes of my life just to leave one area. Rhea is now at the church from earlier where we fought the Bell Gargoyles, and she sells some insane miracles. I bought Force and was planning on buying Wrath of the Gods, but I'm too poor. Instead of soul farming like a loser, I decided to head back into the Darkroot Basin and take on the Moonlight Butterfly. It was super easy. What do you expect? I have Lightning Spear, this is an early game boss, but hey, at least we get the 10,000 souls for defeating it. And with those 10,000 souls, we can now purchase Wrath of the Gods. This miracle is insane. It has super quick charge time. It does a 360 AoE attack with insane damage. And with this in our arsenal, it's finally time to head into Anor Londo. In the beautiful golden city of Anor Londo, we waste no time to test out our new miracle on the upgraded gargoyles. Then swiftly head through the rafters, we turn the bridge and can now head over to the Silver Knight Archers, which for some people can be a real problem, but for me, it's just easy. I swear I'm good at this game. Look, okay, I'm decent at this game. Inside, we sit at the bonfire and then go take on Orstein and Smo. Oh my god, this boss took so long to beat. I get shit on over and over and over and over and over again. And even on the good attempts, I felt like my damage just wasn't going to be enough to actually take them both out. I decided to go talk to our good buddy Siegmeyer from earlier, who wants you to go kill some Silver Knights for him. Once we do this, he will then return to the Firelink Shrine, where when we talk to him again, he will reward us with another offensive miracle, Emit Force. It's kind of like Lightning Spear and Wrath of the Gods put together, except it doesn't have the range or lightning effect of Lightning Spear, and it doesn't have the fast charge time of Wrath of the Gods. But hey, damage is damage. We also get the Ring of the Sun's Firstborn to give us 20% damage increase to all miracles. With that and Emit Force in our arsenal, we head back into Ornstein and Smo and continue to get shit on. This boss was a insane roadblock, one that I had to take multiple breaks from. I decided that Super Ornstein would be easier to take on because Smo is insanely weak to lightning damage in the first phase, so Lightning Spear can fry him. Ornstein took almost no lightning damage in the second phase, so we had to rely on our other miracles for that, hence why I picked up Emit Force. But finally, after hours of playing, I defeated them. This was great. With the Lord Vessel in hand, we head into the Darkroot Basin to take on Sif. The Sif fight kind of felt easier than normal, as I just tried to stay underneath them and he stood no chance. I turn in 30 humanities to the Fair Lady, which gives me Firestorm, a useless pyromancy, and it also gives me access to a shortcut in the Lost Izalith, which again is useless, but this is where Sunlight Maggots spawn, and Sunlight Maggots have a chance to drop Sunlight Metals. After one cycle of killing them and dropping no metals, I decided to go get the Gold Covetous Serpent Ring in order to increase my drop chance. Once we farm up enough Sunlight Metals, we can turn them into the Sunlight Altar in order to get a new offensive miracle, Great Lightning Spear. It's essentially the same as regular Lightning Spear, but it gives me 100 extra damage and just 10 extra casts of Lightning Spear in general. Also, I don't know why, but I did defeat Ceaseless Discharge. I just don't know why I didn't put that in the script, so here's the proof. With this new miracle in hand, I decided I want to go do some cleanup work. I head back to the Undead Asylum to face the Stray Demon. I honestly did less damage than I expected, but we still take him down easily. We grab the doll and head into the painted world of Ariamis to face Priscilla. This was a boss I was honestly worried about because I didn't think I would be accurate enough while she's invisible to hit her, but sure enough, 2 Great Lightning Spears knocks her out of her invisibility, and it's not much of a fight after that. For our last cleanup boss, we head over to Gwendolyn. Before I show you all my deaths, just know that this was honestly my first time ever fighting this boss. Anyway, overall this boss wasn't terrible. It was really hard to get a cast of anything off before he teleported, but Wrath of the Gods was my best damage dealer and had a really quick charge time, so it helped me a lot. I found that if I charged my lightning spear a little bit early, I could sometimes hit him before he teleports away, and with a quick Wrath of the Gods cast, that was it. With most of our side bosses taken care of, and with us hitting the Faith soft cap of 50, I decided that it was time to go take on the Lords. I decided to do Seath first, just because it was normally one of my least favorite boss run backs, so I just wanted to get it out early. I normally don't like the Duke's Archives that much, but this run, for some reason, it just felt pretty enjoyable. And soon enough, we made it to Seath. Right, the first encounter you can't actually kill Seath, because he's just gonna heal. No big deal, and I just got cursed. Thank you, Dark Souls. This is fun. In the prison, we use Wrath of the Gods to kill the snake and get the key, and then sprint through everything because we only have half HP and can't afford to fight, let alone get hit by anything. We turn off the music, then run all the way back up to the big door, pull some levers, then take a seat at the bonfire. From here, we can enter my favorite place, the Crystal Caves. I actually really don't mind this place, I just don't like it that much. Or at all, to be honest. It's annoying how long of an area this is for no bonfire. I feel like the catacombs in this should switch places. The catacombs should be as long as the Crystal Caves, and the Crystal Caves should be as long as the catacombs. Outside of Seath's boss room, I farmed these weird clamp things because I know that they can drop purging stones, which would remove my curse, and I would prefer to not be cursed when I fight Seath, but luck isn't always on your side. I enter the boss fight and then break Seath's fancy crystal, and honestly, I really expected this boss to be a pain. And when I seen the damage from Wrath of the Gods, it did not make me feel better about it. But once I realized that if you can just stay away from Seath and read the attacks, this boss is easy. First try, well being cursed, baby. I hope all lords are like this. I pump levels into Vitality and Endurance, and while casting Miracles doesn't use stamina, I'm going to want the better equip load and be able to roll more. After Seath, the next logical choice is to plunge into New Londo Ruins and go fight the Four Kings. The upside to being cursed is that it does allow me to attack the ghost, which means my run to Ingward should be a little bit easier. Okay, I said easier, not fully handed to me. Once we make it to Ingward, we make him break our curse, and we are finally restored to full HP. Then, we open the big dam, which I'm not convinced that this was built by beavers, but whatever they say. Then, it's nothing more than a hop, skip, and a stupid long run back for no apparent reason in an area with loads of high-level enemies. This game's great. The Four Kings are scary. As everyone knows, this fight is literally just a DPS race. Can you kill a king before the next one spawns? And I knew I had high damage, but with the limited cast and slow cast times, it made me nervous for this fight. When the first king spawned, I tried to use regular lightning spear on it because I wanted to save my stronger miracles for if and when there was multiple kings on the field at once. But the first goes down with ease, and the rest soon follow. This boss took an okay amount of time, but definitely less than I expected, which was a huge relief. Next up is Nito, and since I've already spent more than enough time down here, we'll just get straight to the boss. Except, isn't it stupid that every time I die, I have to run through like 15 pinwheels just to get back to Nito? I get that Miyazaki had a hard deadline to hit, and there were some rushed areas of the game, but whose idea was this? Nito, I did not expect to put up a challenge at all. But honestly, not being able to permakill the skeletons added a whole new layer of difficulty to this boss. And I didn't want to waste any cast to take out a skeleton that was just going to respawn again, because that's damage that I could be dealing to Nito. I honestly just prayed for Nito to do his slash attack or the big AoE blast in order for him to kill his own skeletons. Nito actually toxiced me at the end of the fight, and with both of us on a sliver of HP, this fight was an absolute butt clencher, but we finally got it. I normally do the Bed of Chaos and the Lost Izalith first when it comes to picking what lords, and I honestly don't know why I didn't this time, but here we are. Before we get into the Bed of Chaos, we gotta take on the Centipede Demon. Actually, before we do that, we also need to take on the Demon Fire Sage, and for some reason, it's just not in the script. I actually fought this boss before I grinded up Sunlight Metals, and I guess I just forgot to put it in the script, so here's the sped up version of it. La-da-da-da-da. It's an easy boss. It's literally the third time you see this thing. Thank you, and I'm sorry. The Centipede Demon. And before this run, this boss has never given me any form of challenge before. But man, I fully understand the hate for this boss now. Maybe it's the fact that you have to run through fire just to make it to a decent place to fight the boss, which wastes 2 full Estus Flasks, but I found Lightning Spear just missing so much. And when it really looks like it was going to hit too. The strategy turned into just trying to stay to the side of the Centipede Demon and then throwing Lightning Spears from there. Bed of Chaos was just the Bed of Chaos. What do you want me to say about it? With all the Lord Souls claimed, I guess there's only one thing left to do. Pop them into the Lord Vessel, and then go fight the Taurus Demon, because I forgot about him. But with him out of the way, it's finally time to go fight the Gaping Dragon, because I forgot about him as well. I just hate this boss and really didn't want to come back to it while I was low leveled. But now, for real this time, we can go take on Gwyn. Holy shit, I have never heard of someone having such a struggle on Gwyn in my life. And it wasn't made better by the stupid 2-minute run back. Why, Miyazaki? Just why? Gwyn was too fast for me. It was nearly impossible to get a cast off before he just hit me. And on top of that, he was insanely resistant to lightning damage. Just look how little damage I deal with these. Which means my best way of dealing good damage was with Wrath of the Gods and Emit Force. Wrath of the Gods did great. Solid damage, quick cast, it was just perfect. Emit Force not so much. I spent hours on this boss, maybe even more than Orstein and Smo. I just could not beat him. I tried everything. Red Tearstone Ring, fail. Havel's Armor, fail. Ring of Sun's Princess, failed. Gwendolyn's Headpiece, fail, fail, fail. I even tried to literally glitch this boss so then he would get stuck and I could just hit him without him hitting me. Again, failed. Gwyn had bested me. At least it was fitting that the Miracle Man himself was the one to stop me. But he didn't stop me. I kept trying over and over and over and over and over again. I kept on coming back. And once, when I tried to get Gwyn stuck and set up the glitch, I got him stuck in a different spot where I wasn't supposed to. I got him stuck in the spot that I was supposed to be sitting. Now, I know I said at the start of the run, no glitches or exploits. But this isn't a glitch or an exploit. You see, this is what I call a trick, not a glitch or an exploit. And, well, it was kind of hard to actually hit him, and I ended up wasting a lot of miracles here. With the power of Lightning Spear, Emit Force, and a final Wrath of the Gods, it was enough to take him down. And with a link to the first flame restored, we have officially beat Dark Souls 1 using only miracles. Thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope that you have enjoyed this. This is my first time making a Dark Souls video, so if it's not good, let me know. Tell me how I can improve. That would be greatly appreciated. I'm begging you to please like the video and subscribe. This took so long. And if you want more Dark Souls content and even just more challenge run content in general, let me know. Give me a suggestion. Thank you all so much, and goodbye.